Are the world's most powerful supercomputers working against you? If you're anything like the rest of us, the answer is yes. Well, here's your chance to turn the tables and get them working for you instead. This video is just 9 minutes long, and it will introduce you to some very powerful ideas that you've probably never seen assembled quite this way before. And you don't even have to watch the whole thing. You can exit or order at any time. So, here are 4 questions to help you determine whether your life is indeed being hacked. Have you experienced frustration in your career or finances? How about difficulties with your health or problems with your personal relationships? Are there areas in your life where you continuously struggle but your progress is painstakingly slow? If you answered yes to any of these questions, it's a pretty good bet that your life is indeed being hacked. But I have good news for you. It's not your fault. Now here's a bonus question. Do you think the solutions to your problems lie in raw talent, God-given gifts, willpower, or who you know? Nope. All of our research and experience tell us it's really not about any of those things. So where are these seemingly all-powerful supercomputers, and why are they resisting us? Well, every one of us owns and operates one of them. The computers I'm talking about are human brains. Think about this for a minute. We use mechanical computers every day, and we load software appropriate for the job at hand, like Microsoft Word for writing, or Excel for number crunching, and AutoCAD for designing. Imagine trying to design a house with Microsoft Word, or write a novel with AutoCAD. Wow, what a pain! But load the appropriate program and holy smoke! The same effort yields infinitely better results almost instantly, and without all the struggle. No magic, no miracle, just understanding. Now, just like with mechanical computers, our biocomputer brains have programs too, and the vast majority of them were installed by us before the age of 8. Virtually everything we experience is at least colored by these programs. They contain the definitions of who we are and who we are not, and of what we can and cannot do. And just like a mechanical computer, as long as there is a program running, the machine cannot exceed the parameters of that program. The challenge is that the programs we installed in our biocomputers way back in our childhood are now obsolete. These training programs are chock full of restrictions and limitations to both protect and strengthen us during our developmental years. But it's time to take the training wheels off and let our machines run. The thing is, though, just like with a mechanical computer, you can't change the program just by taking thought. And that's where mind management comes in. For me, this all started about 35 years ago. It was January 1981. I was living in a grubby little apartment in Helsinki, Finland, a very young 19-year-old away from home for the first time in my life. The sun was only up about 3 hours a day, and I'd never felt that kind of cold, nor had I ever been that kind of homesick. It was there that I stumbled upon a single cassette tape from the audio version of a book entitled Psycho-Cybernetics. I listened to it over and over and over again. I literally wore it out. When I came home from Finland, I read the rest of that book. It made the very convincing case that the only thing that separates us from everything we want is our thinking. That ignited something deep within me, which grew into a burning desire to understand and overcome my limitations and help others do the same. I devoured everything I could find about the awesome powers we all possess. Among the books I've read are all the heavy hitters: Think and Grow Rich, The Power of Positive Thinking, Psychofeedback, Science of Mind, See You at the Top, along with dozens of others from related fields like psychology, physiology, and so on. At their core, they all teach the very same thing. The root of our limitations is not found in our physical machine, nor does it have anything to do with lack of talent, God-given gifts, nor luck. Think of it. There really is no fundamental difference between the Mitt Romneys and Sam Waltons of the world and the rest of us. No, all of the material teaches that we all have the same basic hardware, including the most sophisticated and powerful supercomputer imaginable. What separates us from the super successful in any field is not innate capability, neither physically nor mentally. It's the way we think. So if I'm struggling with something, all I have to do is change my thinking about it and I'll be fine, right? Well, if that was the case, why aren't we all Romney rich? Since we can choose what we think, why can't we get what we want? Well, the process of changing your thinking is more involved than just deciding to think differently. If it really was that simple, we'd all be multimillionaires excelling at everything we touch. So what's the answer? Well, it may seem obvious to you by now. It's all about the programming. The basic operational software in our brains sets up the parameters within which we think, create, and live, and it is virtually impossible to exceed the limitations we place there as children. Remember the idea of trying to design a house with Microsoft Word? Can't be done, right? One must load the appropriate program for the task at hand, but you can't just decide to change it. Praying, meditating, wishing, visualizing, affirming, or even sincerely believing won't get it done either. Perhaps that is why our struggles persist, huh? One must also know the procedures and passwords and then actually do it. This is what has been missing from the entire self-improvement universe until now. And of course, the first step is to get the mind management report. In it, you will discover how to get past all the firewalls and upgrade your programming so that your brain will marshal all of your faculties to support your efforts toward your adult goals without all the struggle. It's a technical process we call mind management, and its implications are utterly profound. Believe me, I'd love to tell you the whole story here, but I just don't have the time nor the space. Now, for the first time ever, you can get a report that explains what is, quite literally, the combination that will unlock every treasure trove you seek. Health, wealth, confidence, peace of mind, satisfying personal relationships, all of it. Can you imagine unlocking every door in your life? You can begin right now to do just that. You can discover in just 30 minutes or so what took me over 30 years to piece together. So please, don't wait. Click the download tab above for instant access to this astounding report. There is simply no way to overstate the importance of this information to your personal development. And this report is fully guaranteed. If you're not thrilled with the information, simply email me for a full refund and keep the report, no questions asked, though we would appreciate your feedback. Listen, the sooner you act, the sooner you can get at your treasures. The mind management protocol simply cannot fail, but you can if you fail to act. And with the unconditional guarantee, what do you have to lose? It's true. Everyone who works with the information in the mind management report feels much more empowered. Their struggles begin to evaporate and they move their lives in the directions they want them to go. So how about you? Are you next? Download this amazing report right now and begin to release the real power within you to make your dreams into reality. You'll be very glad you did.